Good evening, and welcome to my basement. Here with Glenn. Say hello, Glenn.
Hello, Glenn.
Another exciting and hopefully informative episode of So Into Bourbon. What are we doing tonight, Glenn?
Hard Truth, sweetmash rye, caramel malt.
So exciting.
Okay, Charlie, so let's get right into this. When we first started this little YouTube venture,
So Into Bourbon.
one of our first episodes was Hard Truth Sweetmash Rye.
We did, and it was an early Distiller Select, kind of hard to find bottle.
Batch one.
Batch one. And the episode is somewhat hard to watch now for us because it was, I believe, our second episode ever.
You presume that they're still not hard to watch, but
Harder.
we do feel like we have improved just a little bit, right?
A little bit.
Okay.
A little bit. But yes, that was one of our first episodes.
Absolutely, and that was actually one of my favorites from 2022 was Hard Truth Sweetmash Rye, and
Yeah.
I'm not alone. A lot of people, that was one of their
A really
favorite rye whiskeys of the year.
If there's one thing that you should be in today's bourbon market and all of the different offerings is be unique. And that was a unique bottle, and we both really enjoyed that.
Absolutely. So let's tell a little bit of a story.
Story time with Glenn.
And now, story time with Glenn.
All right, so one day you and I, we travel over to Louisville. We're just kind of
on a journey,
popping in and out of liquor stores. We go into a Kroger liquor store. It was
Kroger.
Yeah. So we happen to run into the folks from Hard Truth
Doing a tasting.
Yeah.
Spreading the good news.
Absolutely. And they had this caramel malt there, and Charlie picked up a bottle.
I did. And why did I pick up this bottle? I picked it up because it's a rye. Do I like ryes?
Yes,
I do like ryes. I picked it up because it is an extremely limited release. It is a small batch in the truest sense of the word. How many barrels, Glenn?
8 barrels.
8. Doesn't get any more small batch than that, except for, maybe one or 7 or 6. But anyways,
Or 5 or 4.
mash bill is 51% rye, 38% corn, and 11% caramel malted barley.
Do we know anything about caramel malted barley?
God, that's a great question. The answer is no, we don't. But we do know what we like. And more importantly, we know what we don't like.
Absolutely.
And I am excited to try this. Proof is a paltry 117.4. And it's a beautiful bottle.
It's always a beautiful bottle. I love the topper. I love the cork.
Yep.
It's got that.
That exposed
Yes.
kind of literal cork. I mean,
Yeah.
it's cork.
Yes.
It's an unmistakable bottle. It's beautiful. And
Let's see if we can make it pop.
yeah, it makes it pop.
That's what she said.
If there's one thing that we love, it's supporting local craft distilleries, and Hard Truth is no exception to that in beautiful Brown County, Indiana. Go Hoosiers. They've got an amazing campus. They started, you're a Hoosier whether you like it or not, honky. Beautiful.
Did you just call me a
I
honk?
did call you a honky. We can edit
I don't
that
even
out.
know is that
allowed?
acceptable
Can
today?
we? I don't know. We'll have t-shirts made though. Beautiful campus. They have been at it for a while now, and kudos to them. We've talked a lot in previous episodes about when you start a distillery, you have 2 choices. Number 1, you start on your own, you release your white dog, your vodka, your unaged spirits, and then as your product ages out, you released your bourbons and your whiskeys. That's what Hard Truth did. They didn't go out and source a bunch of bourbon from
They didn't call
Hill.
MGP.
They didn't call MGP. They said, we're going to do this on our own. And I always kind of give a little tip of the hat and a little kudos to distilleries that do that. So the other side of that is when you start releasing really cool products with interesting and unique mash bills, I love that. Be experimental, be unique. The worst thing you can be in this market is boring.
Right.
Be unique. Good or really bad, be unique.
Absolutely. And we've talked about this before. In a market that is just saturated right now.
There's a lot of whiskey.
You've got to do something to stand out.
Yeah.
You know, you've got to, or you're just gonna blend right in with the 1,000 other distilleries and craft distilleries there are. So they did a good job.
They did, and Hard Truth makes a lot of fun stuff. They make butter whiskey, coconut rum, cinnamon vodka, gin, straight bourbon whiskey. They have an Irish whiskey. They got all sorts of stuff. They've got a great restaurant up there.
And if you're into beer, Quaff On Brewery, they have a partnership with.
That is true as well. So really kind of a one-stop shop for all your exciting alcohol needs. So.
And you can go to Hard Truth, their website, check it out. There's a lot of other things we've discussed in the past.
Yep.
You can go on ATV tours, or I believe they're going to have cabins at some point. It's a huge place.
Yeah, explore Brown County, Indiana. Yeah. It is a tourist destination in the forestry here in Indiana.
Let's do this, Charlie.
Let's
quit talking. Let's
just
start nosing and sipping. Nosing and sipping.
The color is a little lighter than I thought it would be from the bottle.
Yeah?
I thought it would be a little darker, but it's a nice thin profile bottle. Beautiful bottle. Presentation, 10 out of 10. It's got this awesome raised lettering on the back of the bottle as well, wax seal. It's a very cool bottle.
I'm really digging this nose.
That's a really... I'm going to take one. Wow.
The funny thing is, this is a rye, but I am picking up quite a bit of corn.
It doesn't nose like a rye. It's not overly corny, but it noses more like a traditional bourbon. It is a fresh pop.
Yes.
It is 117 proof. There is a little alcohol in the nose.
I'm not getting a ton of alcohol. I'm getting...
I get caramel. Maybe it's just the fact that it's on...
You're thinking caramel. No, you're right, though. But it's
it's
the
sweet.
Corn,
yeah,
the candy corn, caramel.
Really sweet and kind of a little... The nose is a little spicy, too. Like, I get a little kind of sweet and spicy.
There's a little pop to it. All right, let's
cheers.
get into it.
Cheers, 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 cheers.
I'm going to go first.
Okay.
So, man, that's really interesting. There's a lot going on.
I cannot tell you how much I enjoy that.
So, you've got spice.
Yep.
You've got caramel.
Yep.
You've got that sweetness, but it's not an overwhelming sweetness. It's not an overwhelming spice. It's just enough. The 117 proof. It's not like, it doesn't smack you in the face, but it definitely lets you know it's there.
If you are a bourbon lover, you will love this rye. If you are a rye lover, you will love this rye. The rye gives you that spiciness that you like in a rye, but not overly spicy. It hits you up front, stays with you for a little while, but it doesn't overpower the other flavors, which in a lot of barrel-proof ryes, that happens. It's just spicy rye. That's not what this is. It is sweet, and there's some caramel, there's some oak in it.
I'm picking up some lighter fruits too.
Yeah, it's got
typical for.
It is incredibly complex. There is a lot going in. There's a lot on that first sip. There's a lot happening on the palate.
And I keep nosing this, and I keep getting different things. Like, first I thought it was apple, then I'm thinking, no, it's grape.
It's very complex.
It is, and the caramel obviously is there.
That is so good.
Man, that is really, really good.
Chef's kiss.
Is that Charlie's?
Yeah. Chef's kiss. As much as I loved the sour mash that we did, I love this more.
I should have brought the sour mash, or not sour mash. Just the
sweet mash. Yeah, the plain sweet mash.
Just to compare the two.
But I have to tell you, I'm glad you didn't, because I just wanted to have this by itself. Man, that is really good. And a tip of the hat to Hard Truth. I would put that up against a lot of prestige brands in the market right now. Man, that's a really good pour.
Once again, they're stepping out, they're taking chances.
Yeah.
They're making interesting whiskey. And I'm a little bit shocked by how good this is. I shouldn't be, because the Sweetmash Rye Batch 1 was good, but man, they're doing good things at Hard Truth.
Here is how, you kind of play in your mind as we do this. Believe it or not, we do put a lot of thought into these episodes. This was an $80 bottle of whiskey. I thought how this would go is we would open it, we would drink it, and I would say, it's great, we can appreciate it, don't know if it's necessarily worth the price point. It's 100% worth the price point. And 100%. If I have the opportunity, I would buy it again, because it is so unique and it is so different from anything that I've had in recent memory in terms of rye and barrel proof and just what it is. Really, absolutely 100% worth the money.
And I believe they had a chocolate malt as well, right?
I believe there is a chocolate.
I wish I had picked that one up.
This is, and we will continue to try to track those down, but we like to do local distilleries, obviously, support our local community. Hard Truth is about an hour away from us. We do Starlight Distillery quite often. You never know what distillery is going to catch on, and we'll be producing really amazing quality whiskeys now and years to come. And this is, hopefully this is just a small sampling of what's coming down the pipeline from Hard Truth.
And we talked about this before. A very young whiskey.
Yeah.
I don't know. We kind of jumped into this, didn't do a whole lot of research before we started this one. I don't know what the age statement on this is, or if there is an age statement.
I don't believe it's age stated, but it's so good. I mean, it's just, it's a really flavorful pour.
And nose just keeps opening up.
It's got a great nose. It's incredibly drinkable. It's right at that perfect proof. That it's not overly proof. You're drinking something. Really great pour. One of the better bottles I've had in recent memories.
And I feel like this is one that, as good as it is at 117 proof, I feel like even if they proofed it down a little bit to 100 proof, it would still be good.
It would still
probably
hold up.
give it more nuance.
That gives it a great bottle is one that you can play with and kind of tailor make to yourself. This bottle would not be hurt by adding ice or a drop of water even. The flavors are still going to hold up, and to Glenn's point, may even open up some more. So,
and I almost hate that the name caramel is in the name, because yes, there is caramel. You do get a really good caramel flavor there, but there's a lot more going on.
Yeah,
there's light fruits, and I don't know. It's just, man,
really
might be one of my new favorites, Charlie.
Yeah. Dangerously drinkable bottle at 117.4 proof. We can go on and on and on about what it is and what it tastes like, and hopefully you can find a bottle, and hopefully you come to beautiful Southern Indiana and stop in.
Charlie's sweating.
I'm not sweating. I don't care. Do whatever you want.
I want to see how a drop of water changes the flavor.
Bloop.
Oh,
that's a little more
way
than a
more
drop.
than a drop.
But what I come to is, when you're drinking bourbons, does it check boxes, right? Is it unique? Is it flavorful? Does it have a great nose? Does it stand up with an ice cube or water? This is a box checker.
All the boxes.
All the boxes. Really good bottle, a great story, a beautiful bottle, beautiful presentation. Now, it's $80, right? It's $80. It's a lot of money. But if you're gonna buy something for $80, you buy something that is a limited offering of this many barrels.
That bottle is well worth $80.
Well worth $80. I've spent much more for much worse. So, still hold up?
Yeah, it really does.
Shocker. Yeah.
So what the water's done is mellowed out the fruit and has enhanced the caramel,
the sweetness.
Yes.
Yeah, cut the alcohol out. Yeah.
but it's still got that rye spice though.
Yeah.
All right, Charlie. I feel like we're just gushing over this, and we need to cut this off.
Can we just drink more after the camera stop rolling?
Yes,
okay,
we are
good.
definitely.
So you know
going
what
to
we'll
do
be
that.
doing.
So,
but
you all have a good night. We're going to sit here and we're going to drink some more of this.
before we leave, we will remind you to like and subscribe on our YouTube channel, which you're watching currently.
Absolutely. And so I want to say here, we may have some merch
My God.
coming out soon.
Oh my.
And so, now we've got a shipment coming in. We need to review it and make sure it's up to our very, very particular standards that we have here on So Into Bourbon.
If you want So Into Bourbon merch, please comment on this video because Glenn and I have had spirited discussions about people that will wear our merch. So if you would rock a So Into Bourbon
T-shirt.
t-shirt,
We're starting with T-shirts.
t-shirt, you let us know.
Yes, and we're not promising you a T-shirt at this point. We still have to review this product and make sure it's up to our high quality standards.
We have standards.
But at some point, we will find a T-shirt that is up to our standards. And if you subscribe, if you like, if you share, if you comment, then you're going to be entered. And maybe you will be lucky enough to wear one of our So Into Bourbon T-shirts.
Do I get a So Into Bourbon t-shirt?
You do.
Yes.
As long as I can find one that fits you.
That's not funny. Follow Glenn on TikTok as the Whiskey Realtor.
It's not the Whiskey Realtor. It's just Whiskey Realtor.
Sorry,
just
I'm not on
just to get that.
TikTok. And follow us on Facebook. Join our Facebook group and follow us on Instagram. We're on Instagram as well.
Absolutely. So Into Bourbon.
So Into Bourbon.
As always,
Go ahead.
keep your bunghole tight.
Good night, everyone, and we'll see you on the next episode. Cheers. Ready? 3, 2, 1. This is why I do this ahead of time. Drop the bottle and the episode's canceled. No, get out of here. If I can't see it, you definitely can't see it. Get out of here, I'll cut you like a box.
Okay.
You really want to get blacklisted at Michter's, Fort Nelson?
I won't get blacklisted because I like Michter's. Hard Truth.
In the words of Truth. In the words of Colonel Sanders, I'm too drunk to taste this chicken. Episode 655. Every episode 600. Cut, print, drunk.
I always love the third episode.
Yeah, the third episode.